episodes. But similar to the Ultimate Team Road to Glory, if you follow that, just was very busy, didn't really have time to upload this in the schedule. But we're back, and I'm hopefully going to make this a little bit more consistent basis. So, just an update on the first episode because it was a while back. To refresh your memories, of course, check it out. I'll put a link in the description if you haven't done so already. If you have and forgot what happened, well, this series we are doing a Journeyman career where we are going to build ourselves up from the bottom tier of English football and try and get all the way to the top. So in the last episode we were with Yeovil Town, starting in the National League South, and we were absolutely superb. We romped to the league title and won the league in our first season. And at the end of the season we were offered a new contract at Yeovil, but there were also other jobs available. So we had a bit of a dilemma as to whether we stay at Yeovil, having got them promoted very easily, or we go and step up to another division. Well, I can confirm that with a lot of consideration in this, we have decided to stay at Yeovil for this season. The club offered us a lot of transfer budget, almost 1 mil, which is a lot in this division in the National League. So we've decided to stay at Yeovil this year, hopefully get another promotion potentially, which will raise our stock even further and mean we can get even better jobs. So despite us being tipped to finish outside the playoffs, we are aiming for promotion. We want back-to-back promotions. I think we're good enough to get it. So that is the aim for this season. Here is the signings we've made. I mean, I don't think you'll know too many of them, but we got a lot of loans, a lot of free transfers. We turned over the squad massively in a bid to help us. This is how we are lining up. We are continuing with our system. We're going to see how effective it is now in a different league, a bit of a step up. If we have to, we will switch it, but we'll see. Now, in the first game of the season, it didn't go too well. Lost 1-0 to Oldham, but Oldham are one of the better sides in the division. So that wasn't the best, but in the second game, we bounced back with our first ever victory in this league, a 3-2 win, then got a 5-0 win. So we were well and truly back, a 6-1 win, and we were romping. At this point, a 6-4 win versus Barnet, and at this point the goals started flying in. We had a massive 1-0 win over other contenders Grimsby, and that made 5 wins in a row, and we were purring. We were absolutely flying. We kept on winning and winning and winning. We then were drawn against Newport in the FA Cup, who were in League 2, so that's a bit of a step up for us and a bit of a test to see what our level is. So we considered a pen, but we did save that, which was very, very impressive in the game. But Newport came down again and took the lead to go 1-0 up in this tie, and we were facing an uphill battle to stay in the cup. However, we came back, Otis gone, down the right hand side into Max Dean, who scored to make it 1-1, and the game finished 1-1, taking us to a replay in that. As for the league, we then drew 2-2 and then beat Halifax 4-0, and we were flying yet again, going into some good form ahead of the game against Newport, the replay, where it only took 1 goal there by Newport, an own goal from Ollie Denham, and we took the lead, but we came back, won the ball up high at the pitch, and then a pile drive there from Josh Owers to make it 1-1. And then in the second half, we whipped in the ball, and then Davon Campbell with another thunderous strike, and that gave us a 2-1 victory. And it was a bit of a giant killing there, and showed that we are well and truly better than National League. And unfortunately, though, the great form, the 11 games unbeaten, ended with a disappointing 1-0 home loss to Woking. We did then bounce back after that with a 3-2 win over Altrincham, and we were drawn against Bradford in the FA Cup, another League 2 side, so could potentially have a decent cup run here. Funny enough, they were actually managed by Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer, which was very weird. And the first leg was a 0-0 stalemate. So we have another replay in the cup. This time we have to go away to Bradford and pull off a result. They did take the lead, just like in the Newport game, unfortunately, though, fairly early on in the first half. And then from a corner, they then scored again to make it 2-0 and really dent our hopes of going through. But in the second half, we came out much improved, grabbed a goal, Jordan Maguire drew to make it 2-1 and give us a chance. And then in the 94th minute, the literal last kick of the game, Jordan Young wings it up high and buries it in. And we go to extra time where there was no winner and we had to go to penalties. I mean, the never say die attitude on this team was incredible, but were we going to pull off another giant killing in the FA Cup? Well, we missed a pen. Jordan Young, unfortunately, the man who sent us to pens, missed his, but we scored the next one. We needed a big save from our keeper, Will Buse, to keep us in this competition. Were we going to get it? Oh, we were still scoring ours. Could Buse come up with a goal? The save, not there. And then the final penalty we had to score here. Frank Newbell put his away, but then we now needed Will Buse to make a save. Otherwise, we were going out of the cup despite a valiant display, and we were knocked out. That was very unfortunate, but we put a good account of ourselves. Anyway, back to the league form where we resumed with normal activity of 5 unbeaten run, which was very, very impressive. In the January window, we got a little bit of reinforcements where we actually broke the Yeovil transfer record for players, and he made a real difference. We then won 4-0, then 3-0 as we were well and truly clear of second place. Another 3-0 win. We were on 81 points, second place on 66. We had a 6-0 win. This league was far too easy, a 3-0 win, and we were on the verge. We were 20 points clear. We set a new unbeaten record, 18 games unbeaten. We had secured the playoffs, but it was only a matter of time before we secured promotion. We then had a 20-game unbeaten run, and we had the game here to secure promotion. Where are we going to do it? We had Dorking at home, and it was a nervy performance, but Otis Khan managed to get the goal to give us a 1-0 lead, and that was it. We clinched the league title. We reached 100 points, and that secured promotion with so many games in hand, Weirdly, this league was much easier than last year, but that is back-to-back promotions now, back-to-back league titles. And we also, a little bit of a subplot, we had the FA Trophy. We had a quarter-final to compete with, so we actually had the chance of doing a double, and we were going to fully focus on that now that the league was secured, and we got a 4-0 win in that to send us to a semi-final of that competition and make it 24 games unbeaten. So we had Oldham in the semi-finals of the FA Trophy, which is funny because they were the first team that beat us on the first day of this season. So we wanted revenge, and boy, I can tell you we got revenge. It was a battering, an absolute battering. As you can see here, the goals in the second half just kept coming and coming and coming. Harry Whitwell got his brace there. We were not done. We wanted to send a statement to make sure Oldham knew that, you beat us when we were getting used to this league, but not now. That was Ben Jarney Jr., by the way. The actual Ben Jarney, if you remember him, that is his son. He plays for Yeovil in real life. But yeah, we won the game 6-0, and that is how you enter a final. A 6-0 drumming away from home, our biggest ever win in the FA Trophy, and we have a place at Wembley and a chance at a double. And we played Scunthorpe in the final, so that is something to look forward to. Meanwhile, in the league, we were still beating teams, and we actually broke the record for Panorama National League most goals. We then reached a 30-game unbeaten run and won our final game of the season 3-0 away from home to York, meaning it was a record high points and also the most points in a National League season. As you can see on the records, I'm not sure why, but we definitely beat that Wrexham one. We got 121 points. And the crazy thing is, we didn't even have a player besides our goalie nominated for Player of the Year. Yet we destroyed everyone. That's how much of a collective it was. Top goal scorer, we didn't even have that. Matt Steen came in second, but anyway, goal of the season. I mean, we did score some bangers, of course, but Manager of the Year. That is the second time we have won Manager of the Year, which is very, very nice. However, it was time for our first Wembley appearance, our first chance at a domestic trophy, a chance to do the double. This is our only chance to win this trophy as well. It's only for the National League ones teams, so this is our best chance. And we took a lead early on, and we had a penalty here. Otis Garno missed it, which was big, but then we got another penalty a few moments later. We switched the penalty taker, and Maguire drew bullet away to give us a 2-0 lead in the final. We then managed to get a 3-0 lead there with Otis Garn making up for that penalty miss. The Scunthorpe did come back though. They are not going down without a fight to make it 3-1. But in the second half we came back and finished the game off with a goal there by Davon Campbell, and it was a 4-1 victory, meaning we have now completed the double. We have won the National League and the FA Trophy. What a season it was. By far and away the best team in the league. Dominated, absolutely dominated. Such a successful season for us. And as you can see there, yeah, we completed the double. Now, that was also the first time I think they won the FA Trophy, which is pretty cool as well. But here's the end of season review then, so you can look at some of the stats. Player signing of the season was David Robson there, a goalkeeper. We brought in as a free agent from Hull. There is our points, 121 points achieved. Match remember 4-1 win over Scunthorpe, 6-0 win was our biggest win of the season. Robson sold the most shirts as well. Here is the team we used the most often. And then I'll also show you here the fans player of the season was our goalie David Robson, who scooped up all of the awards, young player of the season, signing of the season and player of the season. Here is the player stats as well. Max Dean got the most goal, Otis Khan did well, Davon Campbell, Newbell, Harry Whitwell, double-digit goals and assists, so it was a real collective performance from us this year, and I'm very, very pleased by it. And Max Dean winning signing of the season in the Ramarama National League. But we had another decision to make because we signed a 1-year deal, and after another successful season where we're going to make a jump up. Now unfortunately, as you can see, the jobs available were not very good at all, so we decided with this budget set, even though it was a really, really low budget, we decided we were going to stay. We decided to sign a new contract extension just for another year though at Yeovil. We are in the Football League now, of course, so I felt I had a duty really to Yeovil as well to deliver them here and really test ourselves, test the system out in the Football League, because that's a really big step. So in our first game we had Stevenage away, and same thing, we really just kept the same system, wanted to see how good it could do. Jordan Maguire drew, got us the goal. We won 2-0 on our debut in the Football League. We then had Swansea in the Carabao Cup away from home, which is a big test, a championship side. So this is a really big test to see how good we were. And also a good chance to maybe get exposure potentially if we could knock out a big boy. Maybe someone could start calling for us, but we unfortunately took a goal down 1-0. But we held out for quite a bit until the 70th minute, where they then made it 2-0. But the fighting spirit in this team is elite. It's absolutely elite. We never say die. 77th minute we came back, beat Harris, got a goal, and then in the 94th minute, Mason in here, and oh my god, that was so close. It was so close. I thought we did it, but anyway, back to the league action. We thumped Dagenham and then beat York as we went top of the league early on. We then had some crazy fixtures. We had a 5-5 draw against Crewe. We then had a 3-3 draw against Oxford, and we were actually 3-0 down in that game. We then had a 4-4 draw against Chesterfield, and as you can see, we didn't win many of these games, but we didn't lose any, and we were just flooding in the goals. We then tightened it up a little bit, changed the system a little bit to go 1-0, but then it opened up the floodgates again, a 6-4 against Gillingham. Then went back to a 1-0. It was very, very weird. We were knocked out of the Papa John's trophy. We didn't really take that too seriously, and we were in a tough group. Just wanted to focus on the league. We then beat Fleetwood in a massive tie to put us top of the league again. In the FA Cup, we were drawn away to Millwall, which was really, really tough tie. And yeah, I mean, it was a good chance for a giant killing. However, it didn't go well. We lost 4-1. It was pretty poor. But we just want to focus on this league because we are in a race for promotion, for a third successive promotion right now. And considering we're doing very good, I thought we'll try out applying for some jobs. It didn't really go well. We then lost against Salford, which was a very tough loss, and then lost 3-1 to Oxford. So our season was in jeopardy here. As you can see, the playoff race is really, really tight. We then applied for a Sheffield Wednesday job, did not get it. I thought I was going to get that, to be honest, but I was one of the favourites for it as well. But we then returned to a thumping win to the top of the table with a 5-1 win over York and won 5 straight, and this was huge as this really put us a good spot to get promotion. We're in pole position now. We secured a playoff spot thankfully as well, and we were on the verge of a third successive promotion until we got smacked up by Carlisle. Really, really poor, but we still had a bit of a buffer, and we did get it thanks to a 1-1 draw against Sutton. We secured promotion to League One, and there you go, third promotion in a row. Absolutely insane. I never thought it would be like this easy for us, but it was insane. But we still needed to secure the title. So, in order to secure the title, we had to beat Swindon, which we did. We beat them 2-1, and it was our third promotion. But not only that, our third title, and in convincing fashion yet again. We are on fire right now, and I'm surely a Yeovil legend by now. Surely, that's 3 promotions in a row, 3 league titles in a row, and as you can see, we even got a guard of honour by Fleetwood, who are actually in competing for us for the league. And you know, given this guard of honour, I thought we needed to put on a bit of a show as the champions, but it didn't really go to plan. Early on, we went 2-0 down in this game against Fleetwood. Players were on the beach again, but this is the Yeovil way, because wow, it's just up and down. I think that's the real way to sum up my experience at Yeovil here. 2-1, and then literally 1 minute later, Max Dean is back on the score sheet again and makes it 2-2. Suddenly we're level. The fighting spirit of this team is insane. I mean, we did eventually throw it away again, so what Sammy Robinson was doing there, but yeah, we went 3-2 down, and then later on the game was killed 4-2, but yeah, not the best way to end the season, but who cares, we got promotion and won the league. So here's the season review. So of course, 101 points, first in the league. A fantastic title victory for us there. Biggest win was a 5-1 win over York. A 4-1 win over Carlisle was a match to remember. Robson got the most shirt sales yet again. It was the team we used in the season. I did forget to mention we did change the system slightly to a 4-2-3-1 as well. The fans player of the season was Yere. Young player of the season was Yere, and signing of the season was Yere. We got him as a free agent from Real Madrid, which is pretty impressive. As you can see there, backed in the goals. Pete Harris did well. Elliot Liz, Max Dean. Yeah, goals were shared out very, very equally, as they have done all of the time we've been at Yeovil. Yere also won League 2 top goal scorer, which was very, very nice for him. He was also named in the Player of the Year team, as was Harry Whitwell, who we've managed to get on loan every single season in this career. We won Manager of the Season for the 3rd year in a row. 3 out of 3, baby. It's too easy. Now, we have just got Yeovil 3 successive promotions. We have won the Football League now as well. We're starting to get a bit of traction. And as you can see here, where we are coveted. Werder Bremen are interested. We have another contract offer on the table by Yeovil. we stay in League One and try and go again, or do we jump the ship? Well, I can confirm that we have signed a new deal. We have signed an extension for another year. I didn't actually want to, but Werder Bremen actually just went for someone else, and we didn't really have many good offers on the table besides that. So I decided to stay one more year. I think this will definitely be the last year at Yeovil though, and we'll see how we do in League One. Interestingly, there was this TV documentary which we were offered to be part of, which I said yes to, which I thought was a fun addition to FM. Here were the signings we made in the transfer window. Couldn't do too much. Harry Whitwell's back. He's been with us throughout the whole of his journey. Not many players have come up with us and stick with the club, but he is one of them. We've got on loan every single year. And here we go, we have Barnsley away, which is a real chucked into the deep end one, because Barnsley are one of the better teams in League One, but we instantly hit the ground running. Jaden Warner with the goal, but with Ben Bag, Robertson, an absolute mare there. Ben Warner actually got the own goal after scoring a goal, but beat Harris then with a fantastic header, made it 2-1. And this game was very, very end-to-end. They had a penalty which they scored to make it 2-2. But late on, we whipped the ball in and Pete Harris rose up again to give us a 3-2 victory away from home. And it was actually 4-2. Elliot List at the back post then made it 4-2. But Bradford, who knocked us out of the cup, gave us a humbling, a 4-1 welcome to League One. And then the Carrot Cup were knocked out to Plymouth. We then lost to Derby, who, there's no shame in that. Derby are one of the better teams in the league, but yeah, again, it was a bit of a step up welcome to League One. However, we did well in our other games, and that let us link to the Sheffield Wednesday job, which ironically they did turn us down for. And also there was this Stoke City job which we applied for, and they laughed off our interest. Apparently the fans didn't want it, but the club wanted it. They approached us. Stoke approached us, and we had our first offer. Now, did we want to jump the ship? 38 million transfer budget they offered. We had built something special at Yeovil. Could we potentially get a better job? We decided to go, and we are now the manager of Stoke City. We have finally moved a club for the first time after an incredible time at Yeovil. As you can see, we leave them at 7th in League One, having led them from the National League South. They are now left in 7th in League One, so I think it's safe to say we did a pretty good job at Yeovil. But our time with them is up. Of course, so we will check in over the course of this series on Yeovil, because they hold a very special place in my heart. But now it's time to focus on Stoke. Currently they're not doing well, and our aim is to finish in mid-table. As you can see, they are in 15th place, which isn't the best, but we have a lot of the season left. I've come in pretty early here, so I have plenty of time to turn this around and hopefully work my magic as a promotion specialist right now. But can I work that magic in the championship? Here is the squad we have. I mean, it's alright. We have James McAtee, which is really interesting, and we have a decent squad, to be honest. I think I can get the best out of this. Now, in terms of the key principles, we've changed them to resilience, intelligence, and consistency. And this is how we're going to play. We're going to use that wing play system, which has been so good at Yeovil. We're just going to experiment and see if it works with Stoke. If it doesn't, that's fine. We will change it up. But I just want to see if it works in these higher divisions. And this is how we're setting up the team. So hopefully we can do something here. In our first game for Stoke, we had Wickham away, who were actually bottom of the league, and we took the lead there through Christian Pedersen. Our first goal as Stoke manager. It was a nervy 1-0 win, a nice win, but they were bottom of the league, so we kind of expected to win that. We then won 2-0 against Cardiff, which is much better, and then continued to make it 3 wins from 3 unbeaten. We drew 0-0 to Burnley, but Burnley are one of the better teams in the division, and we made it 5 unbeaten, only conceding 1 goal during that lose against Burnley and Sheffield, who are one of the best teams in the division. So we are flying a Stoke City manager, and the January window is now open. And as you can see, we have a hefty budget of 38 million. We are currently in the playoff spots as well. So in the next episode, we're going to splash out all this cash. We have a lot of signings we can make. We are going to end the season with Stoke, see if we can get promoted to the Premier League for the first time. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, the return of the